Let's make this into a bedroom. And to do that, we've got a plasterboard everywhere. Actually, the whole house needs plasterboard in.
But today, we're tackling this room.
So as we do in the ceiling and the wall, usually you'd start with the ceiling. So that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Doing the ceiling is the worst bit.
In the last video, Kira took off all of the popcorn ceilings.
And now we've got to overboard them.
These are all old lath and plaster ceilings. There's cracks everywhere. And without pulling them down, there's only one solution, and that's to overboard.
So let's get cracking.
For reference, we're doing one wall and one ceiling, and it cost £136 for the plasterboard. Now, obviously, ideally you'd want the bigger boards, but these smaller boards are much more manageable when you're doing ceilings. So, before we can put them on the ceiling, there's a couple of things we need to do. Step one, find the joists. Bingo. Mark the joist. So you need to find all the joists, each length, each side of the room first, and then we can move on to the next step. What I usually do is I get the hammer, and if you tap along, you can feel when it starts to get a bit stiff. And also, there's a bit of a giveaway on these ceilings because they're cracked where the joist is. So what you've got to do is just locate it, and then when you can see the joist, mark it. Oh yeah. I've located all the joists, so the next thing to do is put a fixing in each side of the joist and then ping a chalk line across the whole ceiling. The idea of this is so you can see the line of the joist across the whole length of the wall as you're putting the plasterboard up. So now I've got a screw at either end of the joist. I'm going to hook it over one side with the chalk. Come all the way to the other side, hook it round that screw, and then just simply ping, and then you've got a line across the whole ceiling. It's much easier if you've got a helper. I'm just going to hold this side, and Kira's going to hook it round there, then pull it a bit tight. That's it, and then ping. I mean, it's not a nice job. It goes down all of your back and in your ears, and should be wearing a mask as well, really. Because it ran out of chalk. Ready? The only slight difference we've got on this ceiling is at this end, because we've had the stud wall up, there's no joist running along, and we've got probably about 300mm of no joist to screw into. So what we'll do on this side is we'll use PU foam adhesive, so it goes straight up to the stud wall, even though there's no joist to fix into. Foam adhesive that side, and then when we come to plasterboard the wall will be pushed up to that, and that will also support that side, so that'll be fine. So we've got all of our chalk lines running across the joist now. It's recommended to go perpendicular to the joists, so you don't want, so say if the joists are running that way, you don't want to put the plasterboard on that way, you want to go across the joists, and then you also want to stagger the joins. So you never want to have two plasterboard ends meet each other, and that basically just helps for strength, and it helps to avoid cracks. When you've plasterboarded and plastered a ceiling, the last thing you want is cracks. As well as doing the chalk lines, I've also marked them on the wall, and that's because obviously the first board you put up, you can see the chalk line that side, but you won't be able to see it this side, so make sure you put the mark on the wall. And now to move on to the next step, to measure the ceiling, and as I said, boards are 1800 in lengthways, so if I get as close to that as I can, that would be 167, and that ends on half of the next joist. So that means the one after that will still have half of the ceiling joist to screw onto. That's unlike you. Put something straight on both your marks, mark it, and then cut it. But what I usually do is just line it up and just follow it down with a Stanley blade. Okay, and then once you've cut it, you should just be able to twist it off and then score the back of it. And you just pull it forward. And that's it. So another good tip is, because I usually do this alone, I bought a telescopic pole, and I can use that just to hold it in place while I can get my screws in. From here, because I've made the mark on the wall, I've got the one corner screwed in, and obviously because I've got the chalk line, I can see the other side. So from here, you've got two options. You can either eyeball it and get the centre ones in, or you can grab a spirit level and just line both ends up, draw a line down it, and then you know exactly where it is. Usually I just eyeball it because it's quicker. Because this end one lands on a half joist, just be aware that when you're putting them in, you might have to go at a slight angle, and also be aware that make sure to keep the screw just bedded slightly into the paper so it's not protruding out too much. On these boards I usually do obviously one at each end and then two in the centre, probably around 20 centimetres apart. I've also got this tool here on the cut edge that you can use just to smooth it off. Now obviously plasterboard dust isn't the nicest, so I always make sure I go down with it so it doesn't go everywhere. Really close to 10k subscribers, and we're thinking of doing a giveaway once we hit it, so please subscribe if you are enjoying the channel. And yeah, it's just a good indication for us that we are growing and people are enjoying what we're actually putting out there, so yeah. Even though I've got Kira with me today, she's actually not helping, so.
I can help.
Also, another thing to note is I usually always put the cut side up against the wall where there's the option, and really that's just in case I've miscut it slightly. Oh, idiot. I cut that corner out, haven't I?
Yeah.
So on these type of cuts where you've got two in one board, I would probably normally always use the multi-tool to at least cut one of the edges, and then on the second one you can just score it and do the same as I've shown before. So same again, just mark it out and use a flat edge to make the line, just like that. And then it doesn't really matter, you can choose either or to use the multi-tool. Just follow the line. That's it.
Ooh, that's snug. Some might say you're good at this.
I've got this board pretty much in place. I've just moved it forward a bit because, as I mentioned, there's no joist on this side. So I'm going to use the PU foam adhesive, and to do that, it's recommended to like wet the backing surface just a little bit. So spray that out. That's not very good, is it?
Get it a little bit damp.
Just a little bit, not too much. I'm just supporting this end with a piece of wood while the foam dries, and I've got another one of these that I can use.
More or less half the ceiling done. Ewan said he's going to let me have a go at a tiny piece on my own. Here it goes. Kevin tries to keep sneaking in.
The screws I'm using are, I think they're 60mm, they're 60mm. So they're 60mm screws, and the idea is that you get at least 25 to 30mm into the actual joist above, and with this we are. So these are 12.5mm thick boards. Don't know if I said that at the start. I'm just making sure when I put them in that they're not protruding past the paper, because when you come to plastering, you don't want anything sticking out. You can get the proper gun where they're all loaded up and you just go like bzz, bzz, but I'd never bothered buying one of that. With the tool, it stops you protruding through the paper. With this, you've kind of just got to have a bit of a steady hand, otherwise you will go through. And if you go through the paper, it won't actually hold the board up properly.
You know what's funny as well? You're going to reach up like that. You're so easy to keg.
Keg?
Yeah. Is it my go now?
This is the annoying thing about the position we're in now, where we're having it rewired but hasn't changed over yet, is we've still got the old wiring in for now, so I'm having to move the position of this light over so I can put it on the next join, and I'm just going to have to notch a tiny bit out just for this cable to sit down, and that will easily be able to fill with plaster when we come to it. But just all these little annoyances that you probably wouldn't normally have if you were just going over a ceiling that was going to stay how it is. Are you bored?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you're not doing anything, just stood on your ass.
Being supportive.
Oh, reached all the honey at the bottom.
Oh.
Kira, She's good at many things, but terrible at making teas.
You said it was like piss water.
I bet you put the tea bag in, put the water in, and then you straight away you put a tiny bit of milk in, so it's the colour I like. No. What do you do then?
What I do is I put the tea bag in, then I put the kettle of water in, then I go to the fridge and get the milk out, stir, stir, stir. Get the tea bag out, honey, and then the milk.
No.
Wonder what other people spend their Saturdays doing. Do you want me to push this pot?
No, because I know it's not going to fit. I need to just see where. I'm on 1.5.
With this room, we have this weird archway here. We've got one downstairs as well. And originally I wanted to match it this side, plasterboard it out so that it's got an arch, and then have wall lights inside them, telly on the wall in there. But Ewan's saying that I'm not allowed. He thinks that is the only space if you were to have a wardrobe, that you'd have a wardrobe. I do get it. We probably need to stud it out a little bit so it's the central to the bed. What do you have to say for yourself?
I just don't think we should do it. There you go then.
I know, but I just think it would look so much better.
You also thought the bed would be better this way, where we've literally this much room to walk past the bed.
It would look better that way.
It wouldn't. You need to go wherever the measurements will let you.
Just dreaming about that nice hot shower later. Oh yeah, it fits good. Prop.
Is it?
I used to hold it with my head.
This way. As I said, we're foaming these ends because they haven't got a joist to screw into. But I bought this foam, and usually I've got the mega stick with the actual proper gun. But I bought this because I didn't have it on me, and it's just absolutely terrible. But it probably won't stick again now. As soon as it gets onto that bit, it won't stick. No control over it. Okay, that went better than the last one anyway, didn't it?
Well, yeah, if you
Where's the
call that better. Oh.
The only other thing really to say about that stuff is you need to let it oxidise for like 5 minutes, just until it gets a skin on usually. So say if I sprayed it on, put the board straight up, there's a chance it can expand a bit. So you are meant to leave it to set a little bit, but don't leave it too long. Yeah, again, once these boards are on, they're going to actually support that side anyway, so maybe so. Well, you could. They're glasses.
Okay for now. Yeah, actually. 36.6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Check it again, but a bit further in, because see, like the corner of it is where I've had to make it shorter for this other side.
36.6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to leave a bit of a gap, remember? I'd say 4. But you can do it to 5 and see what happens.
36.7.
Cut your tape, measure your diagonal.
It's straight.
It's not.
Okay, we'll do 34.4 then. What's it?
Oh, for God's sake, it's going to take ages. Come on, we're running out of daylight.
So, 36.4. 36. Do the middle as well.
No, you don't have to.
You're not the boss.
36.4, is it? Do you want to double check your other measurements? Should I say something or not? I'd use the other side because see where the bubble is, it doesn't have a straight edge. Yeah.
Don't sing through my video, please.
Sorry. Both sides, ideally. I can hold one if you want. Or do you want to do it yourself?
I do it myself. Going so well. It was going so well. I think I got it though.
You've lost a couple of points for leaving the Stanley blade open.
I might need to get closer. I can't bloody reach. Is this like watching a toddler butter toast?
That's so niche.
Oh, hang on.
Fit.
Oh, he's shaving down.
Have you done your shaver there? Well, do your shaver both sides, because that sticks out a little bit. Turn into a ghost if... Okay.
Oh yeah.
You can just, do you want to use the prop so you got a bit more time?
Yeah.
Put it behind you. You're going the wrong way!
Oh, but yeah.
You're very close to the edge, just be careful when you get close. Keep it at the same angle.
I've done a bad job.
That's it. That's it. Mark to the other side, just gonna have to eye up how far off the wall that one is and then go to the other side.
Okay.
Try and do that side.
So I need to get like... Okay.
Hasn't gone through the paper, has it? Can't really see.
No.
Is it? Oh.
Oh, sorry. Use finish off. I did
Oh,
good
we're
though.
miles off there, aren't we?
Yeah.
What's happened there?
I don't know. But how? Because those ones are in.
I know.
It's harder than it looks. How's your slither going? Better than mine.
Having to put more screws in because there is a slight bend where you measured up to.
I know, but the bendy bit is actually quite long, isn't it? There's quite a lot of arch.
I think we're probably better off having it a bit sharper. So.
Do you reckon it will crack though?
Nah. Well, what you can do is you can use the bonding and bond it out first.
Ah, so okay. It already looks better being plasterboarded though, doesn't it? The ceiling?
Yeah, it looks a lot.
It's looking like so far, it looks so much more clean.
Feels like you've sealed in a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. It'd be nice when this is done tomorrow/today, because yeah, it feel like an actual room.
And face the day the changes. I don't want to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't change time.
It's just repeat.
Alright, turn it upside down, you push it in, but it comes out quite aggressively, so. And let go about 5 seconds before you finish.
I see what you mean. Hang on, let me try
Put
again.
it flat a bit.
Yeah.
Only needs a little bit. That's it.
I see what you mean, it keeps coming, doesn't it?
Yep.
Did I do a good job?
It's absolutely terrible. Not you, the gun thing. I ain't bothering buying one of them again.
Moan.
Gonna be a mega stick snob. Need my gun, please.
And then we do rock, paper, scissors?
Well, if you tell me what for.
No.
This is what we've done. We're gonna be back in the morning to do this wall. So, as we said yesterday, done the ceiling and now we're moving on to this wall. This one, we've got the big 2.4 metre plasterboards by 1.2. So, going to be a little bit of a tricky manoeuvre to get them up. But we did build the wall to accommodate those boards, so we didn't really have much choice. So, between the two, ceiling and wall, there's not a great amount of difference. The only difference really is being that we're using 32mm screws on the wall to all these corner pieces. I want there to be no joins all the way down, and that's basically going to help me when it comes to plastering, because we do all of our own plastering as well. Oh, it's not too bad really. Lift it onto that. And that is pretty much this side done. All this room is boarded and you can kind of gauge more of the size now. It's actually pretty decent size. And as I said, we're going to make this into a bit of a feature wall. Pretty happy with how that's gone. Essentially, there's not really much more to show you as of now for plasterboarding. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.